Are you curious to know how a house could be built with only 2 doors? Could a terrace house renovation be executed within 300 grand and still look like this? My name is Alex Lee, and today's episode on Design Seed, we will be sharing with you an interesting 3-story terrace house transformation that was built by owners and designers of the house themselves. These 2 designers are arguably the pioneers of this so-called rustic design look in Malaysia. Let us share the possibilities of this affordable transformation.
The question is how do you live inside and what do you put in? And for me it's very important to have a lot of memories and traces of the past. This house was actually, it's a very vertical house. In the ground floor was nothing, you only have the entrance, and because it's on a slope, so down was no room, yeah. And then you go up, and everywhere were rooms, and the toilets were everywhere. And we wanted to have an open plan. I mean, that is actually something which is in Germany, in England at that time, something relatively common. I think there is a kind of freedom in doing an open plan. You just have a shell and you decide how you want to use it. You can use partition by furniture, by curtain, by wardrobes, in different way. You are more flexible. It is actually a lifestyle, a thinking,
Hey!
Hi.
On the ground floor, it was the owner's intention to create a studio bedroom. Completed with an ensuite, a laundry area with a skylight above, and direct access to the outdoor garden. This cozy studio-sized bedroom is definitely an enjoyment.
And then this is recycled from the old staircase, the timber.
You used it.
Yeah. Then I often leaving the mark where the
Walls.
slab was.
Yeah.
This is a very old wall. We kept it as it is, and this walls we just use white lime wash finish. But this is an old wall.
The first floor is the main level. At the rear, the kitchen and the round table is where the owners enjoy their meals, while overlooking the landscape feature that they've nurtured over the years. Most of the neighbors would forego this portion of the property, but the owners and designers of this house chose to demolish the rear walls and turn the existing retaining wall into a landscape feature. This has indeed created another remarkable statement in this house. An interesting connection to nature appears within the interior, be it standing at the dining, kitchen, or even at the guest bedroom above. This cascading landscape feature extends the spatial quality of these areas. At the sides, tucked privately at the corner, is a sliding feature wall that tucks a rustic and quirky bathroom. The dining table sits in the center of the space overlooking the center courtyard with a 2-story tall tree proudly parading itself in the center of the home. The living hall, which overlooks the forest, is a relaxing space where the owner unwinds herself, listening to some Baroque music while enjoying this picturesque view. Why close up the walls and windows when you have a view like this? So you come out here and you enjoy the trees.
Yes.
But the trees here, was it part of a sun shading device in the
Also,
house?
yeah. But I like also to be very close to
Very
the
close to
tree.
it, yeah. It's nice to sit here and actually be able to touch the leaves. The existing staircase was demolished and replaced with a spiral staircase which is reminiscent of the old shop house fire escape stairs. The brickwork screening the spiral staircase is one of the most outstanding design features that bring life to this humble abode. In the morning, when sunlight penetrates through the brickwork, an interesting array of shadows lifts the details of the spatial quality. It is like living in a house with an ever-changing interior. As the owner describes, it is as though the house is alive. Even from within, looking out from the interior, a unique pixelated visual of the beautiful greeneries outside is formed. This gives a beautiful backdrop to the spiral staircase and at the same time, give the house a continuous flow of cross-ventilation.
So now this becomes like more like a gallery or bridge, a walk. You can't really put many furniture, but this becomes more my wardrobe. I mean, mirror.
I like how the natural lighting goes directly down there.
Actually, before you start to plaster a wall, you do this hacking so that it can grip better. And then I saw it and I said, oh, okay, leave it. No need to paint. 1994, you know. I mean, that it was before the time where now all the coffee places and everywhere is rustic, yeah. Because I loved it, you know. This is still the same. Yeah. And then I said, just put a square, little open, and see what is behind, and just make it like a painting, you know.
At the highest level sits a guest room and a master bedroom. What's fascinating about this house is how literally open the floor plan is designed to be. The owners and designers wanted to live in an open plan house, a house without specific rooms where only curtains and shelves would define the spaces. A bridge that is entirely made out of mild steel and recycled wood connects the house to the rear end of the property, which could be a future expansion of an herbal garden. Walking along this bridge, a tasteful presentation of both the owner's art collection is displayed, making the functional bridge feel like an art gallery. The master bedroom is a calming retreat, with a scenic view, fresh air, and quiet sounds of the wind breezing across the leaves. But the journey to this blissful home didn't come without any challenges. Back in December 6, 2008, at 3:50 a.m., a catastrophic landslide hit Bukit Antara Bangsa, which resulted in an immediate evacuation order by the authorities.
We got picked up in the night shortly before the road actually collapsed, 3-something, because we were on our way to Phuket, holiday with the kids. At that moment of time, I get a phone call in the night from here, you know, oh, something happened. I mean, nobody at that time, it was dark, didn't really understand the whole, what happened. And the news came drop in more and more, you know, more clearer what actually happened. It was a strange feeling every time coming here, but I never thought of selling it. Or I foresee that this house will stay with us and become old with us, but it also will continue staying with our kids. I enjoy inviting people here and just sit around the table and have fun and enjoy life.
W39 is an extraordinary transformation of a 1980s mid-terrace house built on a steep east-facing hillside. Suzanne Zeidler and Huat Lim of the ZLG Design are owners and the designers of this seminal property. Susan Zeidler is very hands-on and enjoys building something she learned as a child in a Rudolf Steiner school in Germany. I selected the house for inclusion in the book Terrace, Transformations in the Tropics, because it illustrates how we can live comfortably in the tropics without consuming costly energy in an era of climate change.
The W39 House emphasizes on honesty to raw materials in their honest and original form, like bricks and fair-faced concrete, recycled timber and steelwork. All these locally available materials have visibly aged and traces of imperfection has surfaced over time. But this is the intention of the designers.
I was also in a Waldorf school in Germany. This is Rudolf Steiner, and there is a very specific educational philosophy. I was in a boarding school, and that was with nature, and they have even their own architecture, which is more organic and using the stone from the location, use things from this area as a building material and timber. So I believe that stayed in my mind, you know, from school time.
A home that does not need to be refined and perfect, but a home that is ever-changing and ages together with you. My name is Alex Lee, and I am from Design Seed. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Do subscribe to us and click on that notification button to stay tuned for more compelling episodes. Thank you for watching.